Bienvenidos! Hey guys, it's your best friends. Wait, are we your best friends? Whoa.
Hey guys, it's your best fight friends. I'm Rachel. This is Kelsey.
Viva Canelo!
Yes.
That's what I was trying to say. I've also been on Duolingo, so I said, Bienvenidos! Disculpa-me.
So Canelo had a mandatory, right? In his impending reign at 168?
Yeah, so he's got some title belts at 168. He wants to become undisputed champ, but before he becomes undisputed champ, he's got to keep the belts he has, which means the mandatories are in order.
And so he did that tonight.
And the Yildirim, the Turkish Wolf, right? He was a minus 5,000 favorite, Canelo was, and he dominated and stopped Envy in just 3 rounds, Rachel. 3 rounds.
Three rounds because the Turkish Wolf did not come back out for round 4, so we thought he was going to make it.
All we heard
round
at the end was,
but
oh,
poor Wolf. But yeah, I thought Canelo looked like Canelo, right? Like Canelo looked good. He came out round 1, seemed in control, confident. And then round 2, I was like, he amped it up. He just turned it up. And I was like, yeah, I think in round 3, he's going to demolish this guy, you know? Canelo just has, like, the offense, and then he's got, like, that Matrix-style defense that makes it really hard for him to be in there against anybody, and makes it hard for his opponents. And his opponent tonight was having trouble letting his hands go and didn't have any answers.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to let your hands go because you're going to get knocked out, probably.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Canelo is such a great counter puncher. He's such a hard puncher. He throws with his entire body weight, and he's very accurate. He's in his prime. Great footwork. The announcers, Chris Mannix is the color commentator, and
Sergio Mora.
Who's the other guy though?
Yeah, the guy we all know.
I can picture you. Todd Grisham.
Yeah.
Todd Grisham called the action, and they kind of got to busting on Yildirim for not letting his hands go. Well, that's why he didn't let his hands go. It's because Canelo is such a great counterpuncher. And whenever a boxer... It's not like he wasn't throwing any punches. I feel like they were busting him for his style, which was a high guard. But he just didn't have the capacity to compete with Canelo Alvarez. That showed pretty quickly, and he was stopped in the fight.
Now, some people felt like this fight was mainly an ad for Canelo versus BJ Saunders, which got announced after the fight and clearly was planned since they had like a trailer for it, already prepared.
No, we just put this together now.
Props to Canelo's team for all his, kind of content that surrounds him.
Yeah.
Like his social media on Instagram, I just like to watch it because it's well done.
I would say it's probably Real Talk with Kelsey and Rachel, then Canelo.
Right.
Then
Christopher Nolan.
Whoa, you're encompassing all media?
Yeah.
Well, I was just doing social media.
Okay. Some people were saying that this was basically an ad for Canelo versus Saunders, and I just want to say that sometimes we have this in boxing, right? Like we have these mandatories. Maybe we don't always like them. I'm not hating on this necessarily, because what I do like about it is sometimes a guy out there, he gets a chance. And whatever you want to say about Yildirim, did I say his name right?
Yeah.
Whatever you want to say
about... I'm not from Turkey, but
okay,
I do know how to gobble.
Whatever you want to say about Yildirim is he did get a chance. He got a chance.
Yeah.
And I think that is a really great thing. Well, he went out there, and I have to assume that he did the best that he could tonight, and that he can go home and be happy with that. Because he's doing the best that he can.
Here's what the other shows won't tell you about boxing, Rachel. Yildirim did more than get a chance. He earned his chance by the ridiculous political machinations of all the alphabet belts. Through one of them, he earned his chance to be the mandatory. And, it's not like the fighters don't have to do things to become mandatory. They follow the rules of the organization. They get those mandatory spots. They get the opportunity to fight. And that's just how boxing works.
Yeah. So, Viva Canelo.
Viva
I'm
Canelo.
excited for Cinco de Mayo weekend, right? We get Canelo fighting on a big Mexico weekend. And, that's all I want in life, right?
Yeah, it's a big weekend. I can't wait. I'm excited. I think Billy Joe Saunders, I think he's going to be a significant underdog. Not like Yildirim was, but more probably plus 400 or something. But yeah. I do think Billy Joe Saunders, the best version of Billy Joe Saunders, he makes people miss a lot. He's a difficult fighter to face, so I'm excited to see that fight.
I want to talk a little bit about your send-off piece for Bleacher Report, because you picked 3 opponents for Canelo that could possibly beat Canelo.
Right.
Now,
well, first of all,
spoiler alert, you didn't put BJ Saunders on there.
Spoiler alert,
which is his
my
next fight.
final piece for Bleach Report. So,
well, that's why I just said
should we
your
do a little
send-off
like,
piece.
bye, thanks. Like, I was really grateful to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is my last piece. I'm kind of sad. The first piece I wrote for Bleach Report a long time ago was about Canelo Alvarez. This one was too.
Yeah.
But my three fighters, the three people I picked as
Yeah.
Bleach, I'll give you two of them. One of them's Godzilla. The other one is John Jones. But you have to go back and get a 25-year-old John Jones in a time machine, UFC star. And it has to be UFC rules.
Okay.
That's not who I picked.
Seriously, the fighter that I thought was most, I don't know, I guess most interesting and most like, I'm like, yeah, is, I don't know if I can say this name either, Artur Beterbiev.
Yeah, that's the fight, man. I mean...
Like, where I significantly, now it does, like, Canelo is looking really good at 168. I would say that's another step up, right? It's 175.
Yeah. It's a big step.
It's a really big step up. So there's a reason why I'm like, yeah, I think Artur Beterbiev could beat him. But that's out of year 3. Like, that's the guy where I'm like...
That's the guy in Russia who forced Sergey Kovalev to turn into professional ranks while he was an amateur. That's how...
Okay.
Like, Artur Beterbiev's a scary dude. 15-0, 15 knockouts.
15-0.
Yeah, 15-0, 15 knockouts, 100% knockout rate. And also he's got, like, this weird style that people say isn't, like, technically sound, but he sure wins lots of fights with it, so I think that it's just different. I don't know how soon that fight would happen, but he is one of the people, I think, in a realistic potential fight that would maybe give Canelo a whole lot of problems.
Well, and I think that Canelo might be able to move to this 168 division, right?
Yeah, I think
real
so.
kind of fast. And so if he wants to, you know, like he totally can. Now, Kelsey, there was a ton of combat sports on for Saturday, so we're going to very quickly just talk about a couple other fights. We got up at 4 a.m. No, just kidding. We did not. We did not watch whatever fight that was.
Are we talking about...
But we also watched a little bit of Anthony Dirrell tonight. And he didn't quite do enough
to come away
with a win. You know, I don't think he was in a backflip mood after that draw. So, I don't know. When I watched the fight, it seemed like Dirrell... I watched parts of it, right? I got Dirrell on my phone.
You watched the majority of it.
I got UFC Vegas 20 on my laptop, and I got, like, the, you know, Canelo card up here on the big TV. Here. So I watched some of the Anthony Dirrell fight, and he looked clearly in control. I definitely thought that he won the fight, but I was kind of like... Man, I want him to do like a little bit more, right? Just solidify that win because, like, he just didn't, you know? Like, it's a draw.
It happens. Split draw, I think it was.
Yeah.
Now, the other fight that was on was UFC card, Ciryl Gane versus Rozenstruik. I was really excited about this type of a fight. But what happens, Rachel, when terrifying heavyweights get in the ring together? Maybe they don't push the pace a lot.
Sometimes they're like, we're just going to stand back and like, you know.
Yeah, maybe it's like you got to be like on your guard constantly because you might get knocked out.
Because you both might get knocked out because you're both huge. And so, yeah, that's what I saw in this fight. I know some people watch this and they were like, they're just better UFC fans than I am. I wanted more.
I thought I would get more.
Rachel wants a little bit more flash and a little bit of the heavy-handedness. Like, I wanted to just see... You know, they're heavyweights, so I wanted some excitement, and I saw like guys who were kind of playing it safe. I saw somebody say that for Ciryl Gane, is that his name? Ciryl Gane, that this is what he needed to do. Like, he needs to protect his rise to the top here, but that for Rozenstruik, he needed to like do something. But yeah, so Gane came away with a
Can we say
UD.
that Gane started MMA? He started MMA 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So, that's I feel like he looked pretty good, right?
Yeah.
This guy, I'm really excited about him as a UFC heavyweight. I do think he will be UFC heavyweight champion someday.
Amazing, because when you come, like, we're fans of, combat sports, right? And a lot of these guys, like, you look at somebody like Canelo Alvarez, he's been boxing, since he was an infant.
A zygote.
And so for somebody to be as skilled as Gane is, and he began MMA 3 years ago. He began combat sports six years ago.
Muay Thai,
That's nuts. Anybody comes like that into this, I'm just like...
How's he so good? I don't know. I even asked him, and he's like, I don't know.
Some people just, like, they got it. So, like, this dude definitely got it. I definitely want to see him in the heavyweight division. But, you know, when I see heavyweights, I want to see just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But, hey, this was a really fun night of
combat sports. And Viva Canelo, adios Yildirim, and okay to everybody else.
Yeah. Hey, and adios to our best fight friends, but not forever.
Only for now.
Yeah. I wanted to say more in Spanish, but my Duolingo hasn't provided me the vocabulary for combat sports.
¿Dónde están las manzanas? You can say stuff like that.
Or I can say, like, El Jefe tiene una problema con secretaria.
Well, I go outside sometimes and I look around and I'm like, I don't know the words for any of these. And I actually minored in Spanish in college.
But somehow I know the word for, like, desk and trains and subway stations. Nothing that happens in my, like, regular life. But, you know, that's the way it goes.
Ay de mí.